Is Sparking Zero soulless? Do the devs need to fix the menus in Sparking Zero? Do they need to harp more on the nostalgia of the previous games of this series? That's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be one of those videos. I already know the type of people I'm going to get in this video. You guys are going to be like, oh, he's nitpicking. Why are you even bringing this up? Don't buy the game if you're going to be talking shit about it. I already know the people that are coming in. And I am just going to take the punches. Some people get where I'm coming from, so some people won't. That's just what these videos bring out of people. So that we can just debate in the comments. Everybody can debate with each other, and whatever happens. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Sparking Zero not having any character, any soul to the game. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give the game its props where it's given, and I'm going to say this before I even go further in the video. I love the way this game looks. I love the way the game plays. There's definitely some things that need to be fixed gameplay wise. I have not gone to the gameplay stuff yet. There will be videos coming soon. This is just strictly, I'm looking at the cover of the game. When you're turning on the game, you see the title screen. Before you get into the match, you see this character menu screen. That's more so what I'm talking about. I also want to point out that I do not like that they have every single transformation laid out on the character screen. Why not just let us have a base Goku and then you go in and select what transformation you want to start at? I don't like how cluttered it is with all the transformations on the screen. This could be something they change in the full game, but as of right now, I do not like the way it is. This has no soul. This has no character compared to previous games, and I have screenshots. I have other videos that I'm going to be pulling up. You guys see the tabs, right? We've got a lot to look through. So what I'm saying is, when this was first revealed, this character select screen, I was not that much of a fan, and honestly I thought it was just like a beta, like the beta character screen, but it looks like this is exactly what it's going to look like when the game drops. And I'm not a fan of this. It looks boneless. It looks soulless. It looks dead. Doesn't have a lot of character. But this is why I like it. This is why I like it. They're using the capabilities of the next gen consoles and the power of PCs to jump straight into the game. So I do love that. I'm not saying I don't love that. I see why they did that, to make it easier for that reason. But they could have added some color. They could have added some illustrations. I don't know. They could have added some better menu music or character select music. Something to just give it a little bit more oomph, like the other games had. And just to give you guys a reference of what the other games look like and what kind of soul, what kind of character the other games brought, I'm going to bring up this is Tenkaichi Tag Team. I meant to have this to be shown later, but this is Tenkaichi Tag Team, y'all. So this is on a PSP. This itself has more soul than Sparking Zero. It's like, okay, I'm getting ready to play it. I love the illustrations, the moving illustrations in the back with Roshi. This is just the options menu. Lots of color. Love the music. It's a vibe. Whereas I have a picture here. This is what the main menu is gonna look like for Sparking Zero, and it seems like I'm gonna be all over the place. I just have a lot that I got on my mind and a lot of things that I want to look at and show you guys. This is what the main menu is gonna be, unless they change it, or they did change it when the full game drops. But this is what the main menu is gonna look like. This is what but this is what the stage selection screen is going to look like. It's very modernized, and a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, it is modern. This is how it's supposed to be. A lot of games nowadays are like that. That's just the design choice that they decided to go with. But with this being somewhat of a celebration of what's came before it, all the previous Tenkaichi games, you're having a good time is what I'm saying. Whereas this is just like, hop on the game, pick my character, pick my stage, let's fight. That's what it is. And honestly, that's kind of how it was with the last two console games from Dragon Ball. Sparking Zero, but not Sparking, Fighters and Xenoverse 2 came with that approach. I think it's this tab. Yeah, Xenoverse 2. And Xenoverse 2 honestly looks exactly like Xenoverse 2 opening screen looks exactly like the Sparking Zero screen. So again, looking back at Sparking Zero's title screen, and then you look at Xenoverse 2 title screen, very similar, very modernized. Xenoverse 2's title screen music wasn't good at all. If you actually like the title screen music, let me know. You'll be probably one of the first people I ever heard say that. But yeah, very modernized. For Xenoverse 2 and Xenoverse 1, I can't really say too much about because those were brand new games in the Dragon Ball franchise. So if they wanted to go that route, that's them. But Sparking Zero is the next, is basically Tenkaichi 4. So you would think that they would bring over aspects, different art styles and illustrations from those games and bring them over, or at least update them. They can still modernize it, but just make it a little bit more colorful, a little bit more inviting. I don't know. And here's the Dragon Ball Fighter screen. I honestly do like the color that they added for the Fighters title screen more than Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero at this moment. I do like the music a little bit more too. But again, very modernized. Now Fighters honestly is legit like, hey, turn on the game. It's gonna load, get in the actual lobby and then start fighting. So that made sense for what it was. It's just strictly a 2D 3D fighting game. You're supposed to get on, start fighting. It's meant to be like that. As far as the other games, I don't know. I feel like you're supposed to enjoy the moment. You're supposed to enjoy what you're getting into. You're supposed to enjoy the overall aspect of the game, other than just the gameplay. Maybe I'm just saying shit, and you guys are gonna be like, oh, what? You're just talking a lot of nonsense. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I'm just a huge fan, and I've been a fan of these Dragon Ball games since I was a child. I grew up with a lot of the older games. Some of you guys might be just now getting into them a couple years ago, but I actually grew up with these games, and I remember them releasing. So my nostalgia and my passion for these games are just a little bit different, just a little bit different. And here's the Tenkaichi 3 title screen. They don't have to do it exactly like this, but it has a lot more character, a lot more color. And what's funny is they did it on the Sparking Zero, like the Sparking Zero game case. They did it on the Sparking Zero game case. They obviously took inspiration from the previous games. Like you're not gonna look at this and not say, oh, they were cooking because they were trying to make it like the previous okay, that's not it. I don't know why that popped up, but you guys see it. You guys know what it actually looks like. And then if I go back, very heavily influenced from the previous games. I don't understand why they would do it for the game case when you're buying it, the actual cover of the game. But then when you actually play it, it's very much so like Xenoverse 2 or Fighters, where you're just you get on the game and you fight. This is Future Glide here, stopping myself to say that maybe I'm giving Xenoverse 2 a little too much flack because Kanton City was definitely a unique Dragon Ball experience. I'm merely just pointing out that the title screen for Xenoverse 2 and the title screen for Sparking Zero and Fighter should not be the same. Sparking Zero should look way more like the previous Tenkaichi games, and that's all I'm saying. I guess what I'm saying is I'm looking for more like an experience rather than just hopping on the game and fighting. You guys get what I'm saying? Here's some other stuff I wanted to talk about because we still have no information on like what the rest of the game looks like besides the story mode menu, the character select screen, the stage select screen. But just to give you guys some reference on some of these other games, here's Budokai Tenkaichi. This is the main menu. This is very basic. I'm not going to say it's the best thing in the world, but you can tell it's a Dragon Ball game. You can tell it's something unique to what it was back then. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm just looking for unique. I'm not trying to look for a consistent art style or consistent design choice throughout the last 3 console games. You guys get what I'm saying? So this is Tenkaichi 1. This is Tenkaichi 2. Damn, that is loud. But just a lot of illustrations, a lot of moving PNGs, but a lot of moving characters in the backgrounds of these games. A lot of color. It's just inviting. And again, I know you guys are gonna be like, you're just talking a lot of nonsense. This is just my nostalgia my 8-year-old self, or however old I was when these games dropped. This is just my young self talking, and when I see this, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Tenkaichi 3 definitely has the most character when it comes to its main menu screen, and every single other sub menu in the game when it comes to creativity and using or taking what Dragon Ball is and throwing it in every aspect of the game and not just the gameplay itself. What I will give Sparking Zero is that one of the only songs that we actually know, I think there's only like 2 or 3 songs that we've gotten for Sparking Zero so far. I actually kind of like this one. This might be I think the title. I'm pretty sure this will be like the title screen song. I'm not sure. We don't know exactly just yet, but just to play it just a little bit. This is definitely a Tenkaichi sparking type song when you're getting ready to fight or you're about to fight. So I don't know, maybe it is a title screen, maybe it's just battle music, but I mess with it. Future Glide back again to say that a great example of what I would have loved Sparking Zero to look like, or at least have the vibe of, is the brand new Dragon Ball MOBA Project Multi. That game's layout, the main menu, the way they have the colors, the music, everything in that game is beautiful. Whether you like the gameplay or not, the main menu and the way they present the game is beautiful. That's what I would have liked to see in Sparking Zero. Last thing I want to touch on is just what the community's saying. I'm going back to an old tweet that my friend LS made a while back. He brought it to my attention, and I was like, yeah, I had this plan to make a video on this myself. And he was like, you should do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So I'm going to look at some of his comments and see what people said. So he said, I really hope they bring back this style of menu in Sparking Zero. So we just saw the Tenkaichi 3 menu. Beautiful. Loved it. A lot of character. Loved the colors. I think this was Tenkaichi 2 before you go into dueling and you get to fight computers or your friends. This was Tenkaichi 1's main menu. They definitely progressed from Tenkaichi 3. This is Tenkaichi 3. Tenkaichi 1. So they definitely progressed, but you can still very well tell that it's a Dragon Ball game, and at that time it was a pretty good menu screen. So under that, he says, my only problem with this, it's a modern game argument, is that from the very beginning of the game introduction, they have been very intentional about triggering nostalgia from the promotional material to the game's box art and even the title. So why wouldn't they? Okay, that was a typo from him, but pretty much what he said is exactly what I touched on or what I said. This is pretty much a celebration of what we've seen or what we had in the past. Like, why bring back an old series? Why bring back the Tenkaichi or the Sparking series if you're not going to harp more on that nostalgia that we had back in the early 2000s? Or not early, but mid-late 2000s when the games dropped. Why not do that? Why just modernize it and not bring back some of those elements? But they did with the game case. Why not with everything else, you know? Why not bring some of that flavor, some of that sauce, some of that aura into Sparking Zero, you know what I mean? This person says it'd probably be a lobby like Jump Force or Fighters. I hope not. I mean we'll see. I don't think it will be. Maybe it will. Who knows? This is like a very popular thing in fighting games in general nowadays. So we'll see. Maybe not. I hope, like LS says, he hopes not as well. From what we saw, menus are sad as fuck, so he doesn't like it either. Nah, fuck all this. I need that intro animation and animated by Shintani. That's another thing. We've seen some pretty cool intro animations in the previous game. So here's Tenkaichi 2's intro animation. All the original Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi games had really cool intro animations, and I hope they bring something like this back for Sparking Zero. Yeah, enough of that. I could watch the whole thing if I wanted to, but yeah, back to this. And with it being a Shintani art style, you know, the whole game is pretty much in a Shintani art style, and I've seen in previous videos that I've done, a lot of people love it, a lot of people hate that they have every single model in that style, because it basically, I wouldn't say breaks the game, but some of the animations and some of the angles look weird with the art style and with how the game is made. I like the Shintani art style in general. especially in the anime itself. But in the game, I can see why people were like, kind of, maybe not. But if they do just go strictly 2D with the Shintani art style, I can fuck with that. I can mess with that. Ella said all the Tenkaichi ones are typically CG, so it might end up looking like the superhero movie LMAO. And, you know, I'm not too mad at that, because like I literally just showed you guys the Tenkaichi 2 one. It is CG. Is it beautiful? No. Was it epic when you first turned the game on at the time it came out? It was. I can't even lie to you. I just really hope we get a good opening theme to the games like the old days of Budokai 2, 3, Raging Blast 2. I hate the ones Xenoverse 2 and Fighters went with, especially Xenoverse 2. Both are loud as hell, and both, I think Fighters has a little bit more flavor just because it does have that vibe of like, okay, I'm about to fight somebody and, you know, beat some ass or whatever. But they're not as good as the older ones. And Xenoverse 2 is just trash. Oh my gosh. And I hate that. I hate it hearing Trunks boot up every single time I try to play the game. Everybody that plays Xenoverse 2 for a certain amount of time has PTSD from Trunks yelling and the TV being on full blast. I really hope they do too. Everything was so colorful back then. Damn. Everything was so colorful. Had character. Yes, please. You know Ball. He definitely does. I hope so, because the start menu is utter garbage, plain as fuck, just like Xenoverse 2. No animation or nothing. They have to make something like this or similar. It would be unacceptable if they didn't. See, everybody is fucking, cause everybody knows it. Everybody knows. It's just, this is character right here. This has a soul. This says, I love the game I made. And they just have to update it. I don't know how that looks in Sparking Zero, in a slightly modernized version, but they just need to show that they actually love playing the game. And from the menus and stuff, and from the OSTs or the songs that we've seen so far, although I do like one of them, it shows that, you know, we just threw it together and we only focused on the flashiness of the game. Man, bring all the music back, please, please, please bring all the music back. That would be so fire. Though I love it, it's just outdated. Again, all I'm asking for is that they add more color to it, add more character to it. I'm not saying they got to bring back the PNGs and the illustrations. Just bring more color to it. It's just so boring right now. I absolutely love the Budokai series, loading scenes and menus. It's a shame many of the Gen Z DB fans started from Xenoverse and never played Budokai 3. Yeah, they only know the modernized, design choices from Xenoverse 1, 2, and Fighters, and even Legends and Dokkan aren't they? Well, Dokkan has a little bit of character to it, but yeah, everything's super modernized now for the new Dragon Ball games. Bruh, yes, I want every character encyclopedia. They actually do have that. What game is it? Was it Tenkaichi 2? And I was like, there we go. I think 3 has it as well. But yeah, a full encyclopedia. You can look at the characters and the way they look. That'd actually be pretty cool. Although it's something that not a lot of people really care for. Like being able to look at the character models would be amazing as well. Like especially for content creators, because we could just take whatever we see from like these models and then create some thumbnails out of it. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. And then I'm gonna just read a few more of these, and then I will call it quits. The one thing I want so much that they need to bring back is the fucking Dragon Tower challenges. I'm actually doing a tower challenge right now myself, so if you guys want to check that out, I started on Earthly Tower and I'm moving my way up to Android. I think the GT, the Super Dragon. If you guys want to check it out, link will be in the description down below. I just hope no more empty shitty hubs. I hope so too. To be honest, I damn sure don't. Sadly, to me, it's a product of its time. It could work, but I highly doubt it if it fit the aesthetic of a modern game. Would it fit the aesthetic of a modern game, or could the aesthetic just be the modern game? Ooh. Did I cook with that one, or was I just talking shit? It doesn't have to be so lifeless. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be this. Just make it more colorful. Make it more interesting. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I know I was like kind of all over the place with this video, but the ones that get it will get it. The ones that don't care, I'm definitely going to be hearing about it in the comments. You guys have been giving it to me with the fixed beam struggles video, with the secret playable character video, anything that I gotta say about Sparking Zero, there's gonna be the people that understand what I'm trying to say. There's gonna be the people that are like, why the fuck are you talking about this game? You hate it so much. If you hate it, just don't buy it. If you don't like this little thing, don't. All I'm saying is they could make it look prettier. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it literally looks like Xenoverse 2. Now the music, once we get like the full playlist of the music, whether they bring back old stuff or they come out with new stuff that sounds really good, that might change my mind a little bit more, because you know, music is a huge part of video games. But I don't know, man. It's not looking too good so far when it comes to that aspect of the game. Am I still gonna buy it? For sure. Am I still gonna have a lot of fun when it drops? I definitely am. Definitely buying it. Day one, I got the super deluxe ultimate Shenron, super Dragon Ball version, whatever it's called. I got that pre-ordered and I'm ready to play it when it comes out. This is just a small concern, small thing I've seen other people talk about, and I just feel like I should throw it on the channel. So that's all I needed to say. If you guys haven't liked the video already and you made it this far, you might as well. If you guys want to see more Sparking Zero content like this, don't forget to subscribe. I definitely will be talking about more things that are on my mind and things that I want to see be done a little bit better before the game drops. And if it doesn't, it is what it is. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you want to, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.